Hey everybody, welcome to episode 127 of the Metal Detecting Show podcast. My name is Ciaran and I have been metal detecting for the last 30 years, and despite that, I'm still crap at it. So this week, it's a very simple, a very short episode that I'm calling Gratitude, and it's gratitude for the year we've had and gratitude to all you guys, the listeners. So let's get started. Like, what a year we had. So the year started with no detectors on the horizon. Well, that's not factually true. We had the XP Days and the Nocta Legend announced before last Christmas, between October and November, December, whatever. But they weren't really released or in the wild till early this year, which was brilliant because considering the 2 years before, we had nothing to talk about. I remember trying to find content on some new products and it was crazy. There was nothing coming out for nearly 18 months, really, not even a rumor. But yeah, so on the detecting or new product front, what a great year we've had. You know, we've had the DS2 come out, we've had the Nocta Legend come out, and then if that wasn't enough, we had MindLab announce the Manticore in August, and then follow this up with an upgrade to the Nox 600 800 with the Nox 700 and 900. What a year. It's been pretty spectacular from a detector point of view. Let's hope it continues. Let's hope we get some more stuff coming out. I remember looking out for the C-Scope 6000, I think it was called, 2 years ago. That was the highlight of what was coming out, but COVID, I think, knocked that on the head. Anyways, what a year, and I'm grateful for MindLab, for Nocta, for XP, for all the hard work they've done in getting those detectors out to us, particularly because it adds to the conversation. The episode is called Gratitude, so obviously I want to share some gratitude to my wife and family. It's been a bit of a mad year, if I'm totally honest, changing roles, big holiday of a lifetime situation with the family. It's been a bit crazy, bit of a crazy year, so to speak, but you know, in a way, it's exactly what we needed. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that change. I'm grateful for my wife and my kids, obviously. Who else am I grateful for? Well, obviously, I'm grateful for my Patreons. You've got Dan Diggs, Robert Dyer, and Mervyn Cooney, and Todd A. You know, they're all patrons and subscribed, buy me a coffee people. Interestingly, Dan Diggs, I just became aware it has his own YouTube channel, so I'm slowly digesting that the last couple of days, which is great. So check it out. I'll put the link in the show notes. Some great quality videos, and Irish to boot as well. So obviously I'm gonna promote the Irish guys, yeah. But yeah, great videos. Check them out. I'm totally immersed in them. Look at his Instagram as well. I'll include that in the show notes. I think if you just look up Dan Diggs, you'll find it. Some great and some pictures I am very envious of that he has up there. So check out Dan Diggs. Great guy. Great videos. And a Patreon of the Metal Detecting Show podcast. I also want to thank anybody who has bought me a coffee over the year, or supported the podcast even through liking or sharing an episode, or if you've given me a review, keep them coming. The reviews are spectacular. Like I say every time, they're the currency that keeps me going with doing the podcast every week, you know. And there's times it's tough, you know, you go, geez, what am I going to talk about this week? And you could probably tell those weeks where I'm winging it. But you know, it is metal detecting. It's not a hobby that has a breadth of things we can talk about unless I start talking about history and historical stuff, which I might get back into. I did that on year one. I don't think it was particularly well received. I think, you know, if the history I was talking about didn't relate to the type of hunting you were doing, there was no point in you listening to it. I'm trying to keep the podcast as broad and as simple and as basic as possible. And I think I've succeeded in that. Anyways, but to keep going on, I don't want this to be a long rambling episode. You know, today is the 20th of December. This will be up the 21st. So really, it's just a happy Christmas episode. It's a happy Christmas to everybody. I hope you have a prosperous new year with plenty of finds, plenty of gold in them holes, you know, but most importantly, you're happy and healthy and that the hobby is helping you get there. What's in store for the podcast next year? I have a few things under my sleeve. which I am not going to talk about, because every time I mention something and I don't get to do it, I get, oh, Ciaran, you said you were going to do this. And I said, yeah, I know, but something happened. Something's in the way. There's a blocker. So yeah, I have one or two plans that I'm planning on starting in the new year. So watch this space. It'll be fairly obvious when it happens. So fingers crossed I can get all the pieces in place for when I have it planned, and it'll be seamless enough. But yeah, that's it, guys. I just wanted to do a quick episode. Thanks to everybody. Thanks for your support, be it through Patreon, buying me a coffee, giving me a review or a share. I really appreciate it. And I'm grateful for all that support you've given me over the years. Years, I can't believe it's years now. But yeah, happy Christmas, guys. Get out there, good luck, eyes down, and happy hunting.